Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So this is our nightly surrender, guys. This happens every Monday through Friday, and we just pretty much ask Spirit what it is that we need to surrender. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can receive all of the uploads to this channel. Also, if you're interested in any custom jewelry, custom crystal jewelry, you want to do some work, some special work, you got some metaphysical needs, shop Ebony and Green. And if you use the discount code that's in the description below, you'll receive 15% off on your purchase. All right, so now, Spirit, what are we surrendering? So tonight we are surrendering our desire to control people, okay? So being over control, it can sabotage relationships, it can sabotage friendships, it can sabotage any types of businesses you got in the works. It can sabotage anything. All right, so the more effectively achieve your goal, back off, regroup, and get a situation some breathing room. Okay, so look, I know a lot of times we be like, oh, I need this to happen, I need that to happen, but look, you cannot be doing that, because every time you do that, you end up self-sabotaging yourself. All right, you want everything to go your way or the highway, and if you continue to do that, you're gonna end up messing up everything that you touch. All right, so just release some of that control. All right, release that desire to control, because you can't control everything. People gonna do what they gonna do. All right, people gonna entertain the ideas that they want to entertain, so just make sure that you're surrendering that desire to control people. Oh, surrender to your intuition. Yes, surrender to your intuition. So it's time to take into account your inner voice and be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, or aha moments that you may be having that's coming through. All right, those are like your little guides. All right, so anytime you hear like these little different messages and things like that, you're getting these little epiphanies and all that stuff, those are your guides. So you need to surrender to that. That's them telling you, giving you little signals, little context clues, like, hey, you need to get this done, you need to do this is how I feel like you should do that. Pay attention to that. All right, so surrender to your intuition, because they giving you these messages and you need to be aware of them. Surrender to trust. We've been talking about trust all week, so we need to surrender to trusting ourselves in the decisions that we make. Don't let people change our thoughts, our ideas, or anything like that. We need to trust ourselves. Okay, so we are surrendering to trust tonight. And lastly, we are surrendering to prayer. All right, we're gonna be committed to our spiritual life. We're committed to our prayer life. So anytime Spirit is, not Spirit, but anytime you want something to get accomplished, the best thing for you to do is to get into a meditative state, get into surrender, doing things that are tailored to your spiritual practices. All right, whether it's prayer, whether it's meditation, whatever it is. So just surrendering to that tonight. Give a little bit more energy towards that. All right, whatever it is that you do, whatever your divination is, give a little bit more energy towards it. All right, sometimes we be like wanting the universe to provide us this and want our answers to give us that, but we ain't doing nothing in return. We just asking. So give a little bit more sacred energy to your ancestors. Give a little bit more sacred energy to your spiritual practices and things like that, and then you'll see how a lot of things begin to unfold for you. Okay, Spirit, what else do we have? Y'all, my little baby, he like 2 years old, and he be coming over here with these decks. I be having to clear the energy in these decks all the time, y'all, because he just loves these oracles. All right, so Spirit is saying solitude. Yeah, so getting off to yourself. All right, that practice, they want you to get reestablish your relationship with Spirit. Get off the solitude. That's how you're gonna be able to discover yourself and learn things about yourself, learn things about Spirit. All right, so solitude. Number 9, y'all. Oh, awareness. So you coming into this new level of awareness once you get off into solitude. All right, it's gonna come in like it's coming through. All right, number 1. All right, so you about to experience this new level of awareness during this solitude. And 9 again, so 919. All right, so look, there has been a bit of suffering in silence. Okay, you ain't been telling people what's going on with you. You just kind of been dealing with it. But that's the importance of you relinquishing those controls. All right, because part of your suffering is because you can't control how things are going right now. All right, so it's not really that anything's really going on with you. It's just that you can't control what is going on with you right now, and so you don't like it. All right, but that's okay. All right, there is hope. Like, that's why you gotta trust your intuition, trust the divine, trust everything that God. Get back into your spiritual life, your spiritual practices. Sit in solitude, sit in that stuff and learn a little bit more about yourself. You're gonna discover like a whole nother level of awareness once on the other side of this. Okay, so yeah, so it's all good. We all have those moments, you know, when we feel like a whole bunch of stuff just going crazy, we're spiraling out of control. That's how it goes. All right, so yes, so 919, that's y'all numbers, okay? All right, Spirit, what else? Ooh, okay, so inspiration. Yes, number 3. So some inspiration coming in. That's why you gotta get off to yourself. You about to be inspired to do something. Some new information, a new inspiration is coming in for you. You about to receive this whole major download pretty soon here. All right, yes. Listening for your truth. Okay, so 36, so 3 and 36, listening for your truth. That's why you got to get comfortable in solitude and trust your intuition, because this is the only way, like your dreams, your goals, your truths are going to come through your surrenderance to spirit. That's why you got to get in this prayer or this meditation. You know, you got to surrender to all of that so that you can be able to hear all of this stuff, because that's what you're listening for right now. All right. And what else? Oh, yes. Restore and replenish. 38. So we restoring and replenishing. So just getting off to yourselves. Just sitting in your stuff. You know, it's all part of the divine plan. All right. That's why it's important for you to pay attention to your intuition. It's important for you to have a healthy spiritual practice. And it's important for you to trust. All right. It's important for you to trust in yourself and in the divine, because once you get off into solitude, like I said, there's going to be a new level of awareness, and in this solitude, in this solidarity, you're going to be, you know, getting these downloads that's going to inspire you. You're also going to be receiving personal truths. All right, and then in the same state, y'all, in the same state, you're going to be restored and replenished. All right, so 3, 6 and 38, that's y'all number. Y'all see how spirit doing? Spirit just got you sitting in it for a minute. They just got you sitting in it for a minute, just so that you could, you know, discover a lot more about yourself and receive these truths. All right, receive these truths and receive your next steps for your dreams and aspirations. Okay, so yeah, spirit just got you sitting in it, y'all. But it's all good. Sitting in that solitude. This is a perfect place to be right now. Ain't like you go do nothing else anyway, you know, like we in solitude still. I don't know what the other states are looking like, whether y'all still on lockdown, but ain't like we could go and do anything. All right, spirit, what else? You protected. You already know that you're protected, and everything that you do is supported by the divine. You're on the right path. What? Oh, let me show y'all protect the card so y'all can see it. You're protected, so whatever you do is supported by the divine. You're on the right path. Okay, you are on the right path, so keep doing what it is that you're doing. Keep working on it. And then we got some body flow, some yoga, some chakra alignment, you know, and this is going to enhance your life. All right, your life is going to be enhanced by yoga and stretching and exercising. Okay, so definitely some new changes coming in for you. All right, spirit, what are we healing? Okay, so we healing that self-sabotage. We already talked about self-sabotage. We ain't gonna beat this dead horse on that. We gotta heal that. Why do we feel the need to control everything? All right, why do we feel the need to control everything? All right, so we gotta heal that, because we're ruining things about ourselves. And just healing the healing. 21. Look at these numbers. All these numbers are synchronicities, y'all. It's like repetitive. All right, so 21. Healing the healing. Okay, you need to just continue to heal. You know, healing is just taking that time to get shit together. All right, that's all healing is. All right, so just continue healing. And then 3, just being aware of your dreams and aspirations. Like, why do you feel the way that you feel about your dreams? You know, why do you dream the way that you do? And what, you know, just figuring it all out, because you have these big bright ideas, and it seems like, you know, the bright ideas don't go too far, and it's all because of the limiting beliefs that you have about your dreams. So you need to heal those limiting beliefs about your dreams. All right, spirit, what else? Okay, so some of y'all got y'all mind on something or someone, and every time you think about it, just know that they're thinking of you as well. Some of you guys are not ready to reconcile with your past soulmate or your soul. This could be a past life lover, a current lover, or your soulmate. Some of you guys are not ready to reconcile yet. And so some of you guys had to learn this lesson through one of your previous relationships, because it's saying that they were disappointed every time that you took them back because it looks like you didn't learn your lesson. So anytime you accept someone to treat you away, you know, that means you didn't learn your lesson. So say, for example, you got up out of this relationship or you got up out of this friendship, but then you go into a new friendship or relationship and you allow the same things. That means that you have not yet learned that lesson. So you're going to continue to experience that lesson and continue to have the exact same outcomes and the exact same results of those lessons. You're going to continue that pattern. All right, you're going to continue it, and you're going to start seeing some of the same outcomes and some of the same results, because you didn't learn what you needed to learn in that lesson. So be mindful of that, y'all. Be very mindful of that. If you find yourself repeating some same cycles, that means that you didn't learn what you needed to learn in that stuff in the first place. All right, so you need to learn whatever it is that you need to learn. Okay, you need to learn what you need to learn in these situations. All right, Spirit, what else? We're gonna go ahead and go to the light and shadow attribute. Tonight I will not be doing the extended version. All right, I will not be doing the extended version, so we're gonna go ahead and go into the light and shadow attribute. I will give you a few from here, maybe, well, a couple or a few from here, and then I'll close it out with one of the 4 agreements. All right, Spirit, what else? What else? All right, so, all right, so we have the student. All right, and so with the student, you know, the light side of the student is always willing to learn, right? The student also has an openness for lifelong learning, humility, devotion to knowledge. You know, the student is always wanting to know something, okay? But the shadow side to the student is the arrogance in the pursuit of this knowledge, right? And then the unwillingness to translate the knowledge into action. So the good attribute of the student is also the downfall to the student. All right, because think about a student for a moment. The student always want to learn the game, right? The student want to learn the game. The student want to learn all the information. The student want to absorb all the information. The student wants to always be learning. But the student don't never want to apply nothing. The shadow side of the student is never applying what the student learns. All right, so that's what you got to be careful when you are the student and then you're transitioning from the student into the teacher. All right, you want to move away from the student, become the teacher, and also be a student teacher, right? But you don't want to just stay the student. You know how to say stay the student of the game? You need to always be constantly learning, but you also need to be applying what it is that you learn. All right? Because you know how they say knowledge is power, but knowledge is not power. All right? The application of the knowledge that you learn is the power. Okay? So knowledge ain't power. I mean, that just means you know a lot of stuff. But the application of the knowledge is the power. That's what hold the power, okay? So be a student, but don't be a student forever. Be a teacher student, all right? The healer, the great attribute to the healer, y'all. Everybody already know what the great attribute to the healer is. The great attribute to the healer is the passion to serve others by repairing their body, mind, and spirit. Because you know that's what healers do. Healers help you heal your body, your mind, and your spirit so that you can go and heal other people, right? And they got the ability to help transform people's pain and take their pain and turn it into healing. So whatever their trauma is, whatever their issues are, they're able to take that same issue, transmute it into the energy that is going to be used to heal that person, right? But the downside of the healer is taking advantage of those who need help. all right, and failing to care for oneself, all right. So a lot of healers do this all the time, and sometimes it's not a bad thing because it just happens. They're not doing it in a malicious way, but it just happened, like the part where they fail to take care of themselves. Because even times like we get to healing people and we get to giving these messages and things like that, and we don't want to take time out for ourselves, which is hence why we're not doing an extended version of this reading, is because I need to retrieve my energy that I've expended this week. And saying that you should be doing, you should be retrieving any energy that you put out. You should be retrieving it back, you know, in some way by, you know, getting back into your sacred space and things like that. So we do that often. So that part is not the malicious part. But when it becomes malicious and when you knowingly doing this and you knowingly burned out and you still trying to heal people at the same time, because now you're just spewing all your unhealed mess all over everybody else. All right, so the downside to being the healer, again, take advantage of people. All right, taking advantage of your students, taking advantage of those that need your help. All right, there are plenty of people out there. I'm not saying like all people, but there are plenty of people out there that do take advantage of people just because they know that they need help. All right, so you just got to be cautious of that, especially when you step into the role of the healer. Now that you are the healer, you want to make sure that you're staying closer to the light side as possible, because you want to be the one that's actually healing people and, you know, teaching them things and helping them grow and helping them take that pain and turn it into something positive so they can heal themselves. And you also want to be taking care of yourself in the process. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the agreements, and I'm just gonna pull one agreement tonight. We're just gonna shuffle these bad boys up, and then whichever one comes out, that's the one we're gonna use. All right, Spirit, what do we have? It's gonna be the last card, y'all. All right, so here we go. So don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want, y'all. Ask for what you want. So find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask, okay? So always ask for what it is that you need. Just because, you know, somebody might say no, you need to ask just in case, okay? And then say, likewise, everybody has the right to ask for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. And you also have that same right to say yes or no, all right? And that's that part of you just giving back to yourself a little bit, all right? You have to give back to yourself a little bit, you know, before you can even give to anybody else. So tonight, y'all, I hope y'all really enjoyed this reading. We are surrendering our desires to control people. We surrendering our intuition. We surrendering to trust, and we surrendering to our sacral life. All right, we getting off in solitude, and we're becoming more aware, and we're studying and mastering self in this season, you know. And it seems like I said, it seems like we've been suffering in silence, but really we haven't been just suffering in silence. It's just that things are changing and things are shifting, and because we're so used to being in control of everything, it's affecting us because we have no control over the shift. And that's why the divine was like, look, y'all need to surrender to divine timing. And that's why that warning was coming in, y'all. That warning was coming in because the divine knew that this shift was going to happen. They knew that this change was going to occur. And so you need to be mindful of it coming in, so that way you wouldn't feel so bad when you couldn't control what was happening. All right, because you got so used to controlling what's happening, now that you ain't got no control over it, it's affecting you in that way. All right, but just know that in this moment, you're gonna find your inspiration. You're gonna be finding your truths. You're gonna be replenished. All right, and you're gonna be restored. Just know you're protected and you're on the right path. All right, and there's gonna be like certain things like the lining of your chakras and yoga and all that stuff that's gonna enhance your spiritual path, enhance your life purpose. Okay, but you have to stop self-sabotaging. You have to continue to heal the healer and continue to heal things that need to heal. And you also need to look at yourself and look at your dreams and aspirations in a different light. Know that when it comes to your past life, your soulmate or your current soulmate, your past life love or your current soulmate, is that for some of you, every time you think of that person, they're thinking of you. For others of you, y'all not ready to reconcile yet. And for others of you, you went through this thing and continuously going through this cycle because you didn't learn that lesson. So just get the lesson. Get the lesson and you won't go through this thing no more. So this is a good time while you're in solitude and solidarity. Get into the lesson. figuring out what was your role in it. How did you find yourself back up in this? What lesson was you supposed to learn? Once you learn that lesson, guess what? Hasta mañana. You ain't gonna have to worry about repeating that cycle no more, because you figured out the lesson. And so therefore you'll be aware of it when you see it, and you won't do it anymore. Again, being the student and the healer is great. All right, the great attribute about a student is you always willing to learn and get in this plethora of knowledge. The great attribute about this healer is that you have the ability to just take someone's pain and transmute that pain into the energy that is needed for this person to heal. But here's the shadow side. The shadow side is the student never wants to become the teacher and don't do nothing with the knowledge, never apply the knowledge. And the healer take advantage of the people that they're healing and don't want to take care of themselves. All right, so great attributes, but you just want to make sure that there's a healthy balance with the activation of each of these attributes. All right, and then lastly, ask for what you want. You know what it is that you want. You know what you desire. Ask the divine, ask the universe, ask your guides, whatever your divination, ask them for what you want, and it'll happen. So I'm gonna holler at y'all.